my name is Aranza Martinez, and I'm a real estate agent with Max Realty. And today I have a guest with me.
Hey, how y'all doing, everybody? My name's Akeem Campbell. I'm a senior airman in the United States Air Force.
How does life here compare to where you are from? Is there anything from what you like to take with you and apply to your life going forward?
So yeah, definitely some of the lessons I've learned in Guam was definitely have a side hustle, make a second income. One of the things I'm doing now is voice acting, or I'm getting ready to get started to do. I had to put that on pause because I happened to get started during when I'm about to leave in PCS. So when I get stationed in Maryland, I plan on doing voice acting, and that would help me continue to stay profit. The military money is good, but it's also best to have a second source of income, especially when you are living in an island that can be a bit expensive. So I must say, like, the one thing this place got better than my home, Pensacola, Florida, is that it's warm weather 24/7. You cannot beat that. Like, if I don't stay like permanently, I definitely would come back here for vacation purposes.
When you arrived, you mentioned one of your goals was to save as much money as possible. Do you feel like the condo we found helped you move closer to that goal?
Every little bit definitely counts. I really felt like I struck gold with the landlord over at Blue Pacific Latisse. He offered me a deal that if I stayed for 2 years, in which I'm supposed to be here for 2 years anyway, he will apply $100 discounts. Like, he would deduct $100 off the power bill.
What was the most challenging part about moving to Guam?
I want to say I didn't have any challenges thanks to y'all. Really, I really appreciate y'all helping me find a good place. Now that you've been on the island a while, would you change anything about your living area on Guam? Honestly, no, I wouldn't change. I value simplicity, and honestly, I think I do have the best. I did have the best deal. I would brag to my coworkers on base about the guy who gave me that discount, and they'd be like, "What the? How the hell you get that kind of deal?" I said, "Yeah, everybody paying $500-600, and I'm like, I paid. I ain't gonna say what I paid, but sometimes there've been days I pay less than $100. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had a pretty sweet deal. There've been days. Again, it was a real blessing just meeting you guys and just finding that place.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
When you first got your orders to come to Guam, did you feel any fear or hesitation? What was your biggest uncertainty at that moment?
Well, I didn't have any fears or any hesitations. My first duty station was in Mount Holm Air Force Base, Idaho, and I knew ever since then I was going to come to Guam. I guess really that's it, just the warm weather. I was looking forward to that. 24/7 warm weather. How hard was it for you to adapt to life on the island? Were there any moments that made you think, I really miss my hometown? What helped you push through and stay resilient during that transition? Ever since I graduated BMT, I've always been close to my family, since day one. But one of the things my grandparents would require me to do is to make sure I call them at least once a week. So that homesick part never really occurred. I've always, stay in touch with my family, which is so very important through the good times and bad times in the military. I try to make sure I, spend Christmas with them every year too. Guam, again, has always been like a second home anyway because of the beautiful weather and the beaches and the lovely flowers and everything.
How did you hear about us for your real estate?
Again, and when I first arrived here, I got in, my section lead at the time had offered a card. He was just, get kudos to him. He was helping me out and, helped me settle into Guam. And I think y'all knew him, and then he just spread the word around, and I ended up getting to know you guys. And then I got to know your husband too, who happened to be an Air Force member. I didn't even know at that time, which was awesome. So, not just the fact that, you work with military people, but you're married to someone who's in the military. So,
I can understand.
Yeah, it worked. Everything worked out together, flowed very beautifully.
Is there something you really like about Guam that totally surprised you, or that you didn't expect at all?
It's definitely warm weather.
The warm weather?
Yeah, definitely warm weather. It's hard to beat that. You got to understand, when I came from, I'm a Florida guy. I don't do that winter weather stuff a lot. But when they had me stationed in Idaho, and oh my goodness, all the snow, and then even in Korea, icy roads.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. But that's one thing that really stood out was the warm weather for me. I mean, everything else, when I first got there, I knew it was going to be beautiful. Just being there in person, it was just like, wow, the flowers and everything. I really appreciate the fact they had a bunch of pool tables there. What you call them, billiard halls? Yeah. Because I shoot pool and stuff. I actually shot some pool with the husband the other probably a few months ago, and We were hanging out. So one thing I definitely appreciate was that latte boxing. Yes, I was doing that for a good couple of months. Good exercise, you know.
What could we have done better to fulfill your need?
I'm in the city near the beach. I really didn't have any complaints. I was able to adapt. Not only did y'all help me find a nice spot, y'all even showed me around town a little bit. We went to Shirley's and stuff. Yeah. If people was having a hard time on the island, what would be a good coping or de-stressing strategy? Try to find something you're passionate about on the side for therapy, straight up, because I've been doing this since Kunsan, South Korea. I've been playing my saxophone. I got an alto and a tenor, and I've been playing my sax for myself during that time. Talk to your family, you know, and get in touch with them. That was like some of the main ways I was able to cope. Not that I ever had issues with this island, but if I ever did, those were some of the things I used to help me go through some of the rougher times. And I would suggest you to any other military member to do that as well, because this place is kind of expensive. You look into maybe getting a side hustle as well. You won't go broke if you're financially stable even without the side hustle. But if you want to get some profits and stuff, go ahead and get involved in doing something like that. Again, for me, it was voice acting. And plus, since I'm in public affairs, I'm getting ready to do photography as well. So it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys, getting to know you, getting to know you guys and everything. It really has. I'm really glad to have met you guys. I really am. Especially not just with housing, but even with some of the investing classes I've been to. So I really, from the heart, appreciate you guys. I really do. Other than that, I would say this is Senior Airman Campbell signing off, and then how would you like, Brett?
Aranza Martinez, and I hope we can make more videos about military members' experiences here on the island.